Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. I got distracted, you guys, and I wasn't paying attention to the time. So I'm sorry that I'm getting started a few minutes late. I yeah, I sorry my phone's not on silent. I'm going to do that right now. With just, this past week being what it is with holidays and everything. Um, yeah, I today's been totally abnormal. So I wasn't in any of my routines. And I was actually on the phone with my best friend. She was like, "So what are you doing the rest of the day?" And I was like, "Oh no." I looked at my phone. I was like, "It's 1 o'clock. I gotta go." So hi. And again, I'm sorry that I'm a few minutes late, but here we are. And now we get to have this time together. So I hope that I've got this pop-ups. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi, Snea. Nope. Shoot, what's the right way to say it? Snea. Hi, Snea. Laura. Hi, John. Oh, thank you, John. Yeah, I'll let it go. I'm still a little bit scattered, but yeah, we'll get there. I'm glad that you're here with me today. I haven't seen any messages come through my email. So if you sent me something, I apologize if I haven't seen it yet. Feel free to go ahead and drop it in the chat if you feel comfortable with that. If not, then something you're wanting to keep anonymous, then I will definitely see it by next week. That's where we are with that. So I don't have anything to present to you before we go with anything in the chat. So just let me know what's on your mind. And I just want to give a reminder that we can tap on anything. It's very common for EFT to address, really big emotions, really tough things, really overwhelming things that we're going through. But it can even be something like, oh, there's this really great opportunity, or next year could be really fantastic, but I feel nervous about trusting that just because of the way the last few years have been. Or something where it's like, yeah, it's like 80% great, but this 20% just has me nervous. Tapping on that 20% is usually really beneficial and insightful. And sometimes it's just giving yourself permission, like it's okay that I'm nervous. It's okay to be happy about this, even though it's not perfect. Or you know, there are a lot of beautiful ways to apply this sort of tool that you have. And for anybody who's new here, hello and welcome. We use EFT, clinical EFT. We just do it. So we're about to get started on it. And if you want to tap along, you'll catch on very quickly. You can just follow the motions that I do. You can repeat the words that I do. If what we're tapping on doesn't specifically align with anything in your life, then I absolutely encourage you to change the wording and make it so that it's applicable to you. What we're doing is going into how you feel, how you perceive your life, your world, your situations. So if you can make it more true to yourself, then that's great. If it's something that doesn't feel true, it's not like you're tapping in something that you're going to believe and go, oh no, I don't want to believe that. I'm not going to say that. What it actually does is while you're tapping and saying something like, if you say, well, I'm just the worst human being in the world, but you don't really feel that way, what it does is your brain goes, well, how do we feel? If we don't feel like, well, we're not the worst, I know that, but where are we? Are we half the worst? Are we, you start setting boundaries and parameters on something that otherwise might seem vague and overwhelming because you're like, I don't understand this thing here. But if you can start to kind of put edges on it, then it becomes more clear and more doable to address. So even if we're tapping on something and it seems silly or over exaggerated, it doesn't make you believe anything or agree to something. It clarifies where you stand on that. So I don't think I've ever explained it that way before. So hopefully that's helpful to everyone. I am going to get us in a place of grounding and centeredness, be included in that. Let's see, send a link at email. Okay. Roma, what link? Are you just asking for my email address? I will, in case that's it, I'll put my email, bbuniverse.com. My email is now in the chat. If you mean something different, please let me know. Um, okay, and I see lots of hello, hello, lots of highs. And you guys are putting in suggestions, which is fantastic. I'm gonna take a pause from reading them and just get us here in this present moment, and then we'll start jumping into that. So, if you will take a breath with me, just whatever's comfortable for you, the depth of whatever's good for you, and out. And let your body relax when you breathe out, because that's giving all of your body the signal of, oh, this is a time that we can just chill out. And let's take another breath and relax. Now we're going to bring our focus into ourselves. I want you to think about where your wrists are and where are the back of your knees? Where are your ears? Where is the back of your neck? Where are the bottoms of your feet? Where is the end of your tailbone? Where is your rib cage? And take one more breath here and out. Go ahead and give your body a wiggle if you feel tension in any spot, or sit up to a comfortable position. And I'm going to place my hands over my heart and just speak an intention for us with this time together. It is my intention to create a connection with all of you, that even though we are in different places in the world doing different things and having different experiences, that we are all united right now in purpose and in connection. And it is my intention that during this time together, that you get to receive what it is that you came here for, that you get to feel seen and heard and gain insight and perspective, to feel more peace, to feel more excitement, to feel more joy, to feel more empowerment. And that's whether you put anything in the chat or not. And you being here, contributing to this community that we've created for this hour that we have together, that you get to receive these things as you connect and be a part of it just by being here. Okay, let's take one more breath. Okay. And if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open your eyes, relax your arms. I'm going to look at the chat and just see where we are today. Welcoming an abundant year. Love that. Okay, tapping to let go. Self-sabotage. I feel you there, Laura. That I was the queen of that. So I hear you. Okay, tapping for balance. Different contexts, physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay, so different aspects of all of life. Hi, Richard and Yolanda. I mean, 100% across the board. Okay. Yeah, in every way. Letting go of emotional ties to people that have hurt, disappointed, letting go of this year. Okay. Letting go of the past, embracing the beautiful things coming towards me. Beautiful. You guys are, there's like two solid different categories so far. Hi, Christopher. Standing strong, having the courage to stand in convictions when others are trying to get you to cave in. All right, Karen. Fear of possible wave of next COVID. Okay. Same thing as Kylie. Okay, so letting go. Oh, the link for the live stream. Yes, I got you, Roma. Okay. I'm dropping that in the chat right now. Yeah, the EFT Universe office is closed this week. So it's supposed to be an automation. I don't know why that wouldn't have been in an email, or if the email didn't go out. I'm sorry for that. But now you've got it. So hopefully you can switch that now. Open to seeing all things as good and supportive. Okay, I want to drink less. Okay. All right. So let's start with the getting rid of stuff. Um, I'm going to start pretty vague of just letting go broadly, but then we're going to have moments in there to plug things in. And I'll speak some of the things that are in here, um, and plug in, of course, what fits for you. So, okay, let's go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand. Right now, as I consider all the things that I would like to let go, I deeply and completely accept myself. Right now, as I see in front of me these issues that are still present, that I would really like to let go, I choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though right now there are things I want to let go, but I haven't yet, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Letting go, giving myself permission to release, permission to walk away, permission to detach, permission to set boundaries, permission for a resolution, even if everything isn't resolved. Letting go, even if it's not done. But I have to finish things. How do I let go of something if it's not done? I can't just walk away. Walking away means I'm irresponsible. Walking away means I'm a quitter. Walking away means I'm letting them win. Even though I may have reasons popping up where I resist letting go, I am open to finding a way to make it okay. I'm open to seeing a completely different resolution than I ever have before. I am open to receiving peace and a solution without having to figure it all out and without having to earn it. I don't have to earn everything in my life. I don't have to earn peace. I don't have to earn the right to my boundaries. I don't have to earn the right to change my mind or to change or to grow as a person. That's not a universal principle. And if that's something that I've been taught, it's okay for me to choose differently. It may upset some people. Some people may not understand, but it's still a choice that I can choose. Choosing for me, choosing my outcome, allowing my outcome. But that sounds like I'm choosing myself over other people. I can't do that. That's selfish. That's so wrong. I have to be last. Why do I have to be last? Maybe it's okay sometimes for me to be last, but every time? Always? That doesn't seem right. Something different than last. Something different than last for me. I wonder where I would have learned that it needed to be so complicated for me to choose differently and for me to let go of things that aren't serving me. Whether or not I can pinpoint where I picked up these ideals, I deeply and completely accept myself. And whether or not I have more work to do in this area of my life, I don't have to do it all before I can choose differently. I could choose differently right now. I could choose differently today. And that doesn't mean I'll be perfect at it. That doesn't mean I'll know with absolute resolution what I want to change it to. I just know I want different. And that's okay. That's okay for me to not know where I'm headed to. It is enough for me to know I don't want what's currently here. So if that's true, then I release myself of the pressure that I may have been putting on myself to know everything, to figure everything out before I start to make changes. It's okay if it's messy. It's okay if I try a lot of things and it's not quite right yet. I give myself permission to explore and expand and pick up what works and continue to set down what doesn't. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe I am learning a new habit of what works and what doesn't. But how would I decide that? What unit of measurement can I choose to determine what I want to release and what I want to keep? What's my line? Is it is it good for me? Is it is it healthy? Maybe does it align with who I am? And I give myself permission to learn strength in answering that question because it can lead to some uncomfortable places and difficult conversations and hard choices. But I think I'm ready for that. I think I'm ready to choose me and to let that be okay. Because I'm really ready to get to be the person that I am. And the more things that I hold on to that aren't me make that harder. And I don't think being not me well, releasing everything sounds really overwhelming. that's that's a lot. It's a lot to put on myself. So, I have the beginning of an outline of how I'm going to choose things. But where can I start? Where can I start with releasing? Maybe I'll choose what's most on my mind. And maybe it's really big and that's okay. Maybe I'm really ready to face it. Or maybe I just want to start with something smaller, something more manageable, or just a little piece of something. Just setting a boundary. Whatever my beginning looks like, I give myself permission to find a starting line that feels exciting, that feels good to say yes to. Even if it's complicated and there's extra things connected to it, I give myself permission to find that beginning point. It still feels good, where inside I go, yeah, when I think about it. My beginning point. My beginning point for release. My beginning point for letting go of this year, letting go of the past, letting go of emotional ties, of being hurt, of being disappointed. letting go of my own judgment, for my own self-sabotage, for things that I have chosen to do against myself. Even permission to let go of that. I give myself permission to let go of things that haven't happened yet, that I'm worried about. And to find the line between preparing so that I feel empowered and overwhelm where I feel scared and helpless. And to trust that I'll figure it out, that I can figure it out. And it's okay to not be terrified. It's okay. I give myself permission to let go of negative energy anytime I encounter it. And as I create this space of what I don't want, I also give myself permission to fill that space with what I do want. And allow that to be filled with things that feed me, that heal me, that feel loving, that feel nurturing. To allow myself to spend more time with people that I connect with, that engage me from a healthy place. And it may feel very new and very different. And that's okay. I give this experience permission to be multifaceted. It doesn't have to feel perfect. It doesn't have to feel free of confusion or nervousness or any other normal emotion that we experience when new things are coming into our lives. All of that's okay. And if I figure out it's something that I think I'd rather let go of this too, then I will. And as I continue to figure this out, I agree to always be open to deeply and completely accepting myself. For just a few seconds longer. Okay, let's take a breath. And feel free to repeat that, first giving yourself permission to let go is a really big one. And going through different instances of situations with people or just ideals that you realize, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's how I've been operating. It can be very empowering. I've had times when I came across something and it just made me angry, which I was so angry that that's what I was taught. And I had to get it out in other ways. I had a punching bag. I just had anger from it, and then punching the bag felt really good. And that's what allowed me to get past it. So if as you're tapping, your body's going, yeah, let's get rid of it, but I really got to scream it out. Don't feel like you've got to shut that down and be like, no, I don't need to scream. I can just tap and speak calmly. If you need to scream, find a place to go scream, driving your car to a remote spot where no one's going to call the cops, allow yourself the space to trust the solutions that come up that aren't necessarily tapping. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to tapping in good things. I'm going to just look and see. Let's see. Oh, Sarah. See my little niece back with her daddy. Ivy is safe. Okay. So worrying about others. Okay, John, worrying about people in the world. Oh, Karen, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that was helpful. You too, John. Here's the judgment, criticism, disapproval. Okay, Stuart. So where we are, we're going to tap on a positive side, but it's still going to address a lot of what you're mentioning. And I love that you'll have this experience, because sometimes when we're approaching something that's, heavy, especially if it's something that's been kind of a long burn, something like, oh, I've tapped on this so many times now, and going back to it again, I guess. Having a different way to approach it can sometimes feel really refreshing, and even bring that insight, that you've been working so hard to receive. So I'm excited for you to see it this way, and hopefully you'll find what you're looking for through this as well. You're so welcome, Sarah. Oh, I'm so glad, Laura. Oh, you too, Virginia. Okay, perfect. All right, so now switching into what we're going to, what we would like to have, what we see, what we feel is possible, or what we like to feel is possible, and it's that but. So we're gonna kind of balance the tap between the two. Okay, mostly focusing on the positive things, but adding in a little bit of allowance on what may be feeling like it's a hiccup for that positive thing to manifest. So I'm just scrolling back to the top so I can throw in the words that you've used. Okay. All right. Let's just take another breath. Gotta shake it out. Okay. Start tapping. Even though there are probably a lot of other things that I could choose to tap on right now, I allow myself for right now to focus on positive, on good things, on things that I want. Because isn't it true that it's the same thing? If I'm gaining more of what I want, there's less room for the things that I don't want. And if I'm releasing the things that I don't want, then it's making more room for the things that I do want. So even though right now I'm focusing on positive things, it is still achieving my main purpose. And I give myself permission to approach it this way. And as I focus in on what I do want, I give myself permission to feel good about it. And it's okay if I don't have it figured out yet. It's okay if this is the very beginning. Everything has a beginning. And I'm excited for this to be my beginning. And it's okay for a beginning to be happy. It's okay for a beginning to be exciting. And it may involve other things, and those are okay too. But allowing myself to picture happiness, to picture a positive outcome, allows me to find that possibility. And if I have any judgments on that being delusional or unwise or foolish or any other words that might pop up in my mind when I think of choosing positive thinking, I still deeply and completely accept myself. And if I need to tap more on that later, I can, but I don't need to resolve them before I explore the positive side of what I'm looking at. It's okay for me to just be positive, and it's okay for me to shift that anytime I want. And I choose right now. Right now feels like a great time to do something positive towards what I want. And as I consider all of the beautiful, positive things that I have in my life now and in my future, I deeply and completely accept myself. Positive spaces, positive outcomes, positive for me, positive outcomes for me, easy answers, empowerment, excitement, trust, trust, even if it's not figured out yet. Trust that it will come. I welcome positive into my life. I welcome an abundant year. An abundant year? That's an awful long time. A whole year? An entire year of abundance. I don't know. That sounds like an awful tall order to fill. Even if accepting an entire year of abundance feels not possible, I deeply and completely accept myself. Well, if I can't accept a year, what can I accept? Can I accept an abundant 6 months? Maybe that's doable. 6 months is pretty far out too. If I have an abundant first month, how would I don't even know what six would look like. Maybe 6 months is a great time for me to look at. But what if I even look at a smaller increment? What if I look at an abundant week? Oh yeah, a week? Okay, that's easy. That's very doable. Abundant week, that's short. That's very possible. But what if it stops at a week? Because I only said a week. Well, I want the year. Maybe this is feeling a little complicated. Even if, as I'm working to figure out my view of abundance and positivity, feels confusing and complicated right now. I hold space that I can figure it out and it can still happen. Well, let's see. Why do I feel pressure to figure out this perfect way of phrasing it? Why does it feel like if I don't get this spot on, then I'm going to be penalized for that? Is that how abundance works? Is it that tricky? Is it that specific? I wonder where I would have gotten that belief from. If it's not how abundance works, then who does work that way? Are there specific people in my life that I felt like I had to figure them out or I had to please them first before I was allowed to have what I needed or what I wanted? Maybe in relationships with my family, or maybe some family or friendships, maybe in romantic relationships. Even if I have drawn conclusions about abundance due to my experiences in relationships, I'm open to discovering that that's not how that really works. That may have been how that relationship worked, but that's not really how abundance works. I wonder if that's not how abundance works, then how does it work? How does abundance work? Working abundance, working with abundance, figuring out my role, figuring out my part. I'm willing to do my part. I want to do my part. I would love the opportunity to get to do my part to receive this abundance. As I am open to figuring out my part to work with abundance, I deeply and completely accept myself. Well, if it isn't having to jump through specific rules or hoops or checkpoints like it has been with other people in my past, I wonder what it is. What is it that I'm really bad at? Maybe, possibly, I'm really bad at receiving. Maybe it's possible that it hasn't felt safe in my past to receive. Whether it's because I felt like it made me weak and I needed to be strong, or there was something attached that I didn't want, like a reliance or a dependency, or a favor I didn't want to have to owe. If I'm working with abundance, that means I'm not doing it on my own. That means leaning into collaboration. That means identifying opportunities to connect, to trust. Doesn't mean I have to blindly trust. It doesn't mean I have to trust 100% all at once. I can still be um, wise. I can still be criminal with the way that I lean in. And whatever way I lean in, whatever works for me, I accept. And it may be hard for me at first. Acceptance can feel really difficult. And it is very different than a lot of other experiences that I've had. So I give myself permission to have an adjustment period. But what if I discover, as I choose this new way of connection with abundance, that the only boundaries on what I want are my own? And that if I believe in a week, then I can receive a week. And if I believe in a month, I can have a month. And if I believe in a year, and then I want another year, and then I want 10 years, what if all of that's possible? Possibility of abundance. The possibility to receive what I want. The possibility to have a beautiful life. The possibility to feel firm in my own convictions and to stand strong and not be affected by others, other people's opinions or choices, even if they feel like it should affect me. The possibility of allowing beautiful things, even if it's not coming from the source that I originally thought it had to. And I may have ideas of family is supposed to be this, my career is supposed to be that. But what if all I need to do is be open to receiving it? And that love, that recognition, that joy, that success, that satisfaction is waiting for me in just a slightly different way. Can I accept that? Can I allow that to come from a different source? Or do I want to continue to hold out and demand and wait for it to come from this one place that right now I might feel is where it has to come from. Whether or not I'm ready to be open or I am having trouble letting go of wanting it from this very particular area, I deeply and completely accept myself. Because it's okay if it's a process. It's okay if it's not this one time magical shift for me. It's okay that this is a journey and that this is a gradual experience. And maybe in some ways it is quick and easy. And maybe the more I do it in the quick and easy ways, I can be more open to the more complicated areas. But the point is, I think abundance is there. I think it's on me. And that's okay that it's on me because that means I don't have to chase it and I don't have to figure out how to approach it perfectly or through a very specific avenue. It's just when I'm ready. And I can be ready at any time. Oh, but I suck at being ready. I'm really terrible at being ready. I just want it to be easy and have it be done without having to work hard for it. Does it have to be up to me? I just don't trust myself. I just haven't been good at things like this. And I'm really worried that if it relies so much on me, I just may never do it. And I may accept a life where I don't get what I want because I don't choose me. Not choosing me. Even if right now it feels like maybe it would just be easier or better, or I'm doomed to continue not choose myself. I deeply and completely accept myself. And I'm open to finding a safe way for this to feel good for me. Because maybe where that feeling is coming from is that it hasn't been safe to choose myself. That I learned that it was better for me to step aside, even from myself, and to choose out of what made me happy. And to tell myself that it was too hard and it was too big of a risk or it would cause too much damage. And if I have done that, I forgive myself because I was doing the best I knew how. And at the time, that may have been the best answer that existed. And I didn't know how to do better. But I wonder if I were to really reassess right now, if maybe it could be different. If maybe I really can shift away from that and it can be safe now. Maybe maybe now I'm old enough. Maybe now I'm strong enough. Maybe now I have enough resources. I have enough tools. I have enough ability that I can make it safe. That I can make it safe to choose me. That I can make it safe to hope and to dream and to act on Oh, these beautiful things that I have in my mind. Because I don't choose these things to torture myself. They're not here to cause pain. So why would they be here? Why would these desires be a part of my existence? It's more than just, an encountering, or, it just happens to be where I am in my life, because there are so many other things that I could choose or become curious about that I don't feel driven towards. There's a lot of professions that I could think about or look at or consider that I don't feel a draw to, or people that I don't feel a draw to. But these things in my heart, these things that feel for me, they're different. Why are they different? Why are they important? I wonder. I wonder if that is my true beginning point of my receiving, of my abundance. Because I've received a desire. And it's a desire that's very specific. It's love for a particular person, someone that I want to be where they want to be, have them be safe and happy. It's for connection of what I want to provide for those that I love and those that I I want to share my life with. It's a desire for something better that I really believe I can do, even if I don't know how yet. But I have received the desire. So I wonder if I allow myself permission to receive support for that desire, what could abundance give to me then? I can be open to the possibility of support. And I can be open to receiving proof, because proof would give me strength, it would give me support, it would give me excitement, it would give me movement. And maybe I've heard in my past that asking for proof is a negative thing to do, and something I shouldn't ask for. But I can hold space that maybe in this situation, it doesn't apply. That proof is a positive thing. And that means I'm asking for the support that I need for action. And if this is my desire, and I'm just looking for the support that I need to take action on it, that makes a whole lot of sense for me to provide a way to receive that. Receiving support, allowing proof, open to seeing and receiving what I need. Feeling excitement, feeling joy, feeling hope, feeling safe, feeling safe, allowing proof that allows me to feel safe in my abundance. Go ahead and take just a minute. I know we're going over, but we are not jumping out of this. Take just a minute and think, if you felt safe in receiving this abundance that you want, where would that rest in your body? Where would you feel that? Would it be a beam of light from your heart? Would it be a glow all over your body that just emanates from you? Would it just feel like a sense of calm and peace just through your core? What does that look like? What does that feel like for you? Being safe to be abundant. You have confidence in it. And as I picture and hold space for what this feels like for me, I deeply and completely accept it. And I hold space to receive it. Receiving abundance. Receiving all of the wonderful, beautiful, joyful, happy things that are waiting for me. And as I learn how to allow this, I deeply and completely accept myself. Okay. How are you feeling? Did it work? I feel amazing. It's a really nice, supported, calm, and excitement that I feel from that. And recognize that this is amazing. This is fantastic. And it's one time. It's one tapping. So bookmark this one. If this really hit a beautiful spot for you, bookmark it so that you can go back and repeat this last half, or pause it and write it out, or audio something, whatever, because hearing your own voice say things is more powerful than hearing my voice. So even if you're like, oh my gosh, those were the perfect words, re-record it in your own voice and have that to listen to when you're driving around. Really allow your subconscious to receive that support in this belief, in this perspective. Repetition matters to the subconscious brain. It really does allow it to become a habit, and allow it to, outside of our own conscious awareness, to look for proof. Once you believe something, your subconscious looks for proof of that. So let this sink in and support it, and let it become a part of your life, so that your subconscious can start to find that proof for you. Oh, thank you for spending this time with me. I'm so glad that we got to do this together. Hopefully that was enough, Jamel, for you without the butts. I know that you don't like the butts. But yeah, you're so welcome. Love you guys. Have a wonderful week. I will see you next Tuesday. I hope your celebrations, should you be having them, continue to be a good experience for you. And send me emails if you've got things that you want to address or questions that you have. Otherwise, I'll be here Tuesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, and I'll set an extra alarm for myself. All right. See you then. Mwah.